Hello, everybody. My name is Ramsey Chandoklow. I am the Corporate Relations Officer currently for Cougar CS, and this is my presentation on the presidential role, which is what I'm running for in spring 25. Let's move on. So, about me, I'm sure many of you have met me. I make a pretty good effort to try and meet everybody at these events. My name is Ramsey. I'm a junior computer science major, and I graduate in fall 2026. Currently, as I said, I'm a Corporate Relations Officer for Cougar CS, as well as a current software development intern at HCSS. Since the summer, I've been extended into the semester. And also, just recently, I got my internship offer next summer for JP Morgan Chase, which I'm very excited to start. Right here, this is my beautiful cat called Mittens. She's yawning right there. She got two eyes and she got little airplane ears. And that's who I talk to every day when I go home. As well as, yeah, so getting into it, why do I believe I would be a good fit for president? So I was the previous president slash kind of owner of this high school hackathon called Klein Hacks. I used to go to a high school called Klein High, and we had this idea, just me and like three guys in a smelly CS class. We should make a hackathon for only high school students. And we were actually the first high school in Texas to successfully pull off a high school hackathon back in, I believe, 2019. So that's me sitting next to one of our sponsors, the Chick-fil-A cow. That's me 6 years ago. And then I also was able to get Canes and also Whataburger, not listed here as one of the sponsors here for this event. And as well as to that, I am just heavily involved in Cougar CS in general. I go to so many events. I meet so many people. I'm sure most of you have seen me at least once. When it comes to corporate relations, I was the one sort of stringing the entire Google relationship, as well as doing outreach as well, and just all these things. I really love the club, and I love like what it brings to everybody, and that's why I preach it so heavily to everybody. So I mean, yeah. All right, what would I change? Mostly more focus and support on our branches. I feel that Cougar CS, the main branch, has had an excellent semester so far. And there's been plenty of events. I'm sure y'all have seen. We have had 9 in 1 week, I believe. That it's a little crazy, but yeah, I believe that more focus on these branches, like for example, the tutoring branch. This semester was just a little weaker than others, just due to the fact that there wasn't a lot of direction internally for what exactly he should be doing. What I mean by that is tutors aren't all too active. The server itself is not all too active. The workshops themselves, it was mentioned earlier, I also feel that they feel like lectures and less like a workshop where you're actually actively conversing and learning. So things like that to help strengthen that branch. The web development branch got started about a month and a half late. And just things like this, I really want to rein in and sort of add more identity to and sort of separate them. I want someone who's into a cybersecurity niche to be able to go to the InfoSec branch and be like, okay, I'm going to get a lot of value here and really do what I like to do in this branch. Same thing with the web development branch, right? Things like that. And I think that's really the biggest thing I would change. Moreover, for our corporate events, I found through experimenting that the sort of info session lecture into everyone leave is a bit tiring. So I believe that more social events, like we had the Williamsburg game night, things like that, they were very great. The corporate rep actually sat down, played some games with people, and things like that, I believe, would be a great change to Cougar CS. I really want the org to be more friendly, welcoming, and just fun for people, rather than so rigid and serious, and people are like looking at you weird, stuff like that. And yeah, any questions? Oh, thank you, guys. All right,
I do have a question.
I'm ready.
So, you ready? Okay, so Cougar CS is a big team with different people with different opinions and points of view. How would you ensure that you listen to feedback to improve not only the club, but yourself as a leader?
Sure. So I actually used to work at Starbucks as a manager for about almost 3 years during that time. And during that time, I talked to many people of many different breadths and many different opinions. What I've learned over that time is really take in everything you hear and really like evaluate it, because there's never a wrong opinion on something. That's why they're called opinions. I always like to take in everything holistically. If it's an idea I'm not too sure on, I always like to include other people. So things like that. If someone has an idea or an issue they want to bring up, that's fine. We can talk about it. We can see if that's really the route to go. If not, oh well. I mean, if so, make sure everyone's on board in the club, and we can just move forward from there. Does that answer your question? I guess so.
I also have another question similar to that one. So what would you do in a scenario where maybe you have an idea that you're very passionate about, but everyone else in the org's like, I don't care, I don't like that idea. What would you do in that scenario?
I mean, oh well, right? I mean, if everyone else in the org is telling me that the idea is terrible, I mean, it must not be a great idea, right?
Gotcha.
I guess that's all I got. What's up, man?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Ramsey. This is really good. And I have one question for you. How would you promote students from different backgrounds and different interests into Cougar CS? And for some student like me, as a transfer student who did not know anything about CS clubs in the beginning, and then somebody promote me about Cougar CS, I was interested and wanted to be in this club. And I also discovered other clubs as well. And many people would say it's a waste of time to join multiple clubs. But how would you promote them with different perspective, different backgrounds to be interested in Cougar CS as a president?
Definitely what I said about branches. That's exactly what I want. More backgrounds and more people to come into Cougar CS. And that's why I think branches are such like a great idea, and like they really need to be like expanded on. Because for example, like I said, let's say I just transferred in last fall, which I did, and I'm very into information security. I found out about Cougar CS through InfoSec. I didn't go to any events, but I found out about Cougar CS through InfoSec. So I feel like that branch presence is really important for attracting different people. So yeah, I would say branches. Yeah, no worries.
Hi, Ramsey. Yeah,
Hello.
would you do anything about increasing kind of cooperation or involvement between Cougar CS and Code Cougs? I've actually not seen really a lot of events where we work with Code Cougs. Would you do anything to bridge that or kind of like normalize relations there?
I do want to say there's no bad relations there, to preface, just to make sure we're on the same page. We have reached out and they've reached out to us. We've tried to form events and things just kind of fall through. So of course, we're always open to collaboration. I'm always open to collaboration. I think other clubs getting involved is always good. But I mean, if they have an event and we have an event that we think they'd be good with, I mean, why not, right? There's one more. This has to be the last one, I think, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Hey Ramsey, so I have a question about the point system. I don't know if you want to continue on with that, add on to that, or remove it. Like, I want to hear your opinions about the point system of what we have so far this
So
semester.
I'm going to be honest. I don't like the point system. And I don't like the point system because I feel like it's kind of separating officers a little bit. Where, if for context, the point system is an internal system we have. You're talking about for officers, right? Or for members? Both. I like the member one, but I'll get to that. The officer point system, I don't like that much because it's a way for officers to get more involved to events and come to more events. But I just feel like kind of tying it behind like a reward shouldn't be the goal. The goal should be for officers to come to events because they like to come to events and they like to talk to people. So like I said earlier, with the lecture type of corporate events, they're not my favorite types of events. I'll be honest with you guys, because it's just a lecture and then you like talk and you go home. I think more social and fun events, people always pull up to those. So that's my thoughts on the officer one. I'd probably just demolish it for, of course, with everyone's consent, right? Maybe the whole club likes the point system. I don't know. For members, I do like it because I guess it's different context for different people, right? If a member really likes the org and they come to every single event, I think it's a good idea to like, hey, you can get a scholarship just for coming out so much and being very active in our organization, right? I think it's a different thing, and I think that's fine personally. So I'd probably keep the member one. All right. Thank you guys very much.